Buddhism is a way of being. It is a non-theistic practice, so that there's no belief that Buddha is God. Buddhism is a way of living in the world in order to transform suffering, our own and other people's. And to be a Buddhist means to take up the teachings of the Buddha, not exclusively though. It's possible to take up the teachings of other teachers who also help us transform suffering. When we come into this space, we take off our shoes, in part simply to keep it clean, but also it's a sort of gesture of humility to remove our shoes. Buddhism doesn't have a lot of props. In fact, there is a lot more in this room than you might find in other rooms, but you have cushions or benches in order to support your sitting practice, or a chair if that's the best, and then a statue of the Buddha to remind you of all the teachers who have shown the way to live a life of understanding and love. Incense is typically part of the setup, and candles are typically part of it. But beyond that, it can be a flower. In fact, instead of a statue of the Buddha, you could have a flower. The flower represents the Buddha. The Buddha's not someone outside of us. Respectful of countless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, I calmly light these lamps, brightening the face of the earth. In gratitude, we offer this incense to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas throughout space and time. May it be as fragrant as the earth herself, reflecting our careful efforts, our wholehearted mindfulness, and the fruit of understanding slowly ripening. May we and all beings be companions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May we awaken from forgetfulness and realize our true home. As I light the lamps, I want to light the light of awareness in me, to be in touch with that light and with life, and also to be a light in the sense of responding to suffering for other people as well. The incense is often described as being the incense of our hearts, so that we are able to transform our habit energy in the same way that incense is transformed. As people come in the room, we gather in a circle. We're a little bit unusual because we sit facing each other in our circle, and in many traditions you sit facing the wall. But we sit as a community facing each other. And we begin with 3 sounds of the large bell, which is the voice of the Buddha calling us back to the present moment. There's actually also a verse for inviting the bell, which you can sing or you can chant. And we usually simply chant it silently or sing it silently. But I'll say it out loud. And there'll be 3 sounds of the bell. There'll be a wake sound, which is muffled, and then 3 full sounds. And as the 3 sounds reverberate, we're invited to listen to the sound of the bell with the awareness that it's inviting us to be here and to just listen to the bell. Body, speech, and mind in perfect oneness, I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow. and then we have sitting meditation for 25 minutes. We end with the single sound of the large bell, and then we have a series of smaller bells to begin walking meditation. So we do slow walking meditation for 20 minutes after the 25 minutes of sitting meditation. And at the end of that period, we read something, perhaps one of the Buddhist sutras, perhaps something from Thich Nhat Hanh, or something from another teacher. And then we have a short discussion period about those readings or whatever's happening for people.